Hello, everyone. This is going to be JPCE Spiritual Talk, World Watch, Global News Insights, with me, your host, Jared Wesley Campbell. This will be every Thursday. So, hello, and welcome to JPCE Spiritual Talk. I'm your host, Jared Wesley Campbell. On this channel, we primarily delve into the Bible, offering daily devotionals as well as prayers. But every Thursday, we're going to switch gears and bring you comprehensive global news coverage. Why Thursday? Because I take the time to thoroughly read and understand each source, bringing you well-rounded updates. I also rely on War News 24/7, which is an international news site to summarize key events from Monday to Friday. Even though today's Thursday, it being an international site, I can cover what happened Monday through Friday, right? So every Thursday, we're going to do this. We're going to switch some gears, right? And what it's going to detail is how I summarize 12 articles. It's only going to be 12 articles, and they're going to be really quick rundowns, right, of summaries of these articles. I will not show every article. I will not show every video. Maybe certain videos I choose depending on how long they are, because the videos will eat up our time. Last summer, I was kind of getting into this, and then because I noticed the videos were eating up my time, life got busy, and I went back to teaching the Bible, and now I think the Lord has called me to share a little bit of the news. So I'm going to switch gears, which is today on Thursday, we're going to cover some news after a week of me sorting through some of that material. So now let's kind of dive into this week's top stories. Today we'll be discussing 12 critical articles from War News 24/7. I will provide a detailed look at the significant events unfolding around the globe. So hope you're all ready. Let's get started. So let's get the screen shared over. So what you'll see on your screen is one of the articles of the 12, right? Like I said, I won't show every article unless there might be a video in there that might show, but like I said, those will eat up our time. So links will definitely be in the description box, right? I will provide links. I know that some YouTube channels do not. I will provide links, write-ups, and everything. There will be additional link where you can find the write-up because I don't get enough characters on YouTube or a Rumble. So I always post a link to my website, and you'll see it because you'll see how I see it, and that you'll know that's the website. You click on that link, and it'll get you to all my write-ups. That makes sense. So without further ado, let's start out with our first detailed report. So we're going to talk about NATO's largest military mobilization since World War II. So NATO has initiated its largest military mobilization since World War II with the Steadfast Defender 2024 exercise, deploying over 90,000 troops, including significant paratrooper operations in the Baltic and Romania. Germany is also contributing 40,000 soldiers, with 35,000 of them on emergency alert, and another 12,000 involved in logistics testing. The exercise involves 13,000 NATO paratroopers from 17 nations and provides a rapid deployment in the defense of NATO's eastern territories. Concurrently, the U.S. is conducting an anti-aircraft and missile drills under the Astral Night 2024 exercise and deploying the 10th Mountain Division to Eastern Europe, replacing the 101st Airborne Division in Romania and other locations. These exercises enhance NATO's readiness and their logistic capabilities to counter any potential Russian threats. In our next news, right? The Declaration of the People's Republic of Kharkiv, right? So the Declaration of People's Republic of Kharkiv. Russian authorities have declared the People's Republic of Kharkiv with plans for a referendum to join Russia once military operations have concluded. Russian forces claim, right? So the Russian forces claim, listen attentively now. This is what Russian forces are claiming, right? If you listen to my words, Russian forces are claiming to control 300 square kilometers and 49 settlements within the Kharkiv region. Vitaly Gurich, head of Kharkiv's military civil administration, improvises that allowing local populations to decide their future through a vote. Simultaneously, Russia is amassing a sizable military presence near Sumy, including water barrier bridging systems and other logistical equipment, indicating preparations for a significant offensive. I think something's coming. Ukrainian forces have observed substantial Russian military movements and expect an imminent attack, attentively, potentially resembling the strategy used in Kharkiv. Concerns are heightened due to the need of significant defensive structures in the Sumy region. In other news, Russia's anti-satellite weapon has been launched. Russia has launched an anti-satellite weapon. Right? So Russia has launched an anti-satellite weapon targeting U.S. surveillance satellites, the USA 314, the USA 326, escalating tensions with the U.S. This move follows Russia's recent deployment of tactical nuclear forces, indicating heightened readiness for potential conflict with NATO. The U.S. Space Command confirmed the launch of the satellite Cosmos 2576 on May 16th, believed to be capable of inspecting and attacking other satellites in low Earth orbit. The Pentagon has expressed readiness to protect its space assets, while the Kremlin insists its actions comply with international law and denies any hostile intentions. This development exacerbates ongoing U.S.-Russia accusations regarding the militarization of space, despite existing treaties prohibiting such actions. In other news, Russia's planned border alterations in the Baltic Sea. Right? So Russia plans to alter its borders in the Baltic Sea, affecting its boundaries with Finland and Lithuania. This move responds to NATO's proposed naval blockade in the Gulf of Finland and Kaliningrad. The Russian Ministry of Defense aims to declare new internal sea waters around certain areas, changing the status of the maritime borders, which were set in 1985. This will be effective in January of 2025. This change is framed as necessary due to outdated geographic data and new navigation standards. The announcement has raised concern in the Baltic states, with officials from Finland and Lithuania and Estonia stressing adherence to international law and viewing the move as a potential escalation. However, Russia denies any political motives behind the border adjustments. As you see on your screen, right? So here are some of the areas on your screen, right? I have a hard time pronouncing some of these, so that's why I kind of pulled it up. So Russian forces, primarily paratroopers, have significantly advanced in the Charkov Yar area, driven by intense carpet bombing using weapons such as FAB 1500 bombs. The offensive led to the capture of eastern Charkov Yar and the establishment of a bridgehead near Seversky, Donetsk, and Donbass Canal. This operation includes seizing strategic positions in the Canal and Novi regions, causing Ukrainian forces to lose critical ground and prompting a possible retreat. Russian troops have also taken control of essential high-rise buildings, complicating Ukrainian defenses and leading to the capture of significant urban areas in Canal micro district. Due to personnel, equipment, and ammunition shortages, Ukrainian forces are facing a dire situation. In other news, the Army of Russia's Southern Military District with tactical nuclear weapons. This is huge. Listen attentively now. In significant escalation, Russia has armed its Southern Military District with tactical nuclear weapons during an extensive military exercises, making this the most important exercise in decades. This move includes Army Iskander missile systems, Tu-22M3 bombers, and MiG-31K fighters with nuclear missiles. The exercises, which involve practical training and preparing and using these weapons, come amid heightened tensions and warnings from NATO. The Russian Ministry of Defense emphasizes these drills aim to ensure readiness to defend Russia's territorial integrity against perceived Western provocations. Ukrainian officials are anticipating a possible nuclear use, are preparing the populace for this dire possibility, reflecting the severe escalation risk and the ongoing conflict. There's a video I wanted to show with this, so you can see how I came to this understanding. Here we go.
В цьому не впевнений. Чи застосують колись росіяни тактичну ядерну зброю? Так, я вважаю, що вони це можуть зробити. Проте, знову ж таки, не треба перебільшувати наслідки сучасної тактичної ядерної зброї. Це не буде Хіросіми. Ну, от таких кадрів ми не побачимо при використанні сьогоднішньої сучасної тактичної ядерної зброї. Ну, по-перше, тому що в нас всі міста, вони бетонні, що ураження зменшує набагато. По-друге, це зовсім інший заряд, який там несеться. І по-третє, це все ж таки наслідки, так чи інакше, але вони для росіян будуть. Тому я думаю, що враховуючи всю таку нервозність і психованість росіян, вони колись можуть дійти до стану, що вони захочуть її використати. Це абсолютно можливо. Проте не треба боятись і перебільшувати наслідки від цього використання, навіть якщо вони будуть. І наслідки для Росії після цього теж можуть бути набагато більшими, ніж там вплив від безпосередньо застосування цієї ядерної зброї.
All right. In other world news, the capture of Parsavakia by Russian forces. So Russian forces have captured the village of Parsavakia, if I said that right, it's on the screen, and advancing towards there and threatening the Ukrainian garrison in Volodar. This move allows Russia to control key supply routes and central power hub in Volodar. Ukrainian forces previously withdrew some units to other regions. When they did this, they weakened some of their other positions, if that makes sense, right? When they had to withdraw some of their units to other regions, it weakened some of their other positions. Hope that makes sense, right? Russian troops are also advancing in different strategic areas, including north of Volodar and south of Proviskia. And the situation for Ukrainian defenders in Volodar is deteriorating as they face increasing encirclement and pressure from Russian advances. So it's becoming a big deal. In other news, right? So in other news, let's translate this real quick. So accusations against the U.S. by Russia and China. So Russia and China are accusing the U.S. of orchestrating recent assassination and coup attempts against leaders allied with Moscow and Beijing. Is what they're saying. Reports from Russia media citing Chinese analysts claim that the U.S. and NATO are behind the deaths of the Iranian president Rashid, an assassination attempt on Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and a coup attempt in Turkey, and also the assassination attempt of Slovakian Prime Minister Robert Fico. These incidents occurred within a few weeks and targeted leaders who supported One Belt, One Road initiative and who distanced themselves from the West. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi mourned Rashid, emphasizing continued support and cooperation with Iran. Also in Ukraine, translate that over. So the capture of Vyborskaya and implications for cervix. So the Russian forces have captured, right there, a strategic location near cervix, signaling a significant collapse in the Ukrainian defenses. The capture follows a sudden Ukrainian retreat, leaving cervix vulnerable from multiple fronts. Russian troops are advancing from several directions, including Sporno, Vasila, and Razovoka, surrounding cervix on all three sides. This offensive has been coordinated with artillery and drone strikes. Additionally, Russian forces have made significant progress in Kharkiv, and they're aiming to try and encircle 45,000 Ukrainian soldiers. So the situation for Ukrainian troops becoming more dire, like I said, with no immediate reserves available to counter this Russian advance. Also, another news, suspected sabotage in the helicopter crash killing Iranian President Rashid. The Russian President Putin held an emergency meeting with defense and security officials, inviting the Iranian ambassador to discuss the incident. Russian Security Council Secretary Shogi offered to assist in investigating the crash, hinting at the need to uncover the real causes. Turkish President Erdogan expressed condolences and support, while Turkish media speculated Israel might be involved due to its tensions with Iran. The crash occurred amid heightened regional tensions and after recent hostile exchanges between Iran and Israel. Well, let's also note that the weather was really bad when they went out with their helicopter, right? So it could just be bad weather that caused them to crash, right? So we have to note that too, right? But I want you all to see different perspectives why I'm doing this, right? So in other news, the ICC. So arrest warrants for Israel and Hamas leaders. So listen attentively. The International Criminal Court, ICC, has issued arrest warrants for Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu, Defense Minister Gilad, and 3 Hamas leaders, accusing them all of war crimes and crimes against humanity. This decision has significant implications for the U.S. and the West, affecting international relations and potentially increasing pro-Palestinian movements and sanctions against Israel. The ICC does not have enforcement power, but the move labels Israel as a parastate and challenges its alliances with Muslim countries. The charges against Hamas leaders include murder and hostage taking, while Bibi and Gilad are all accused of targeting civilians and using starvation as a method of warfare, marking historical precedent for targeting leaders of a U.S. ally and intensifying the call for accountability and recognition of a Palestinian state. Right? Lastly, as we close out here, so details on the Iranian helicopter crash, right? So a Turkish drone detected the crash site of the Iranian Bell 212 helicopter, resulting in the deaths of the Iranian president and his foreign minister, and 7 others. Iran's government assured that the incident would not disrupt governance. The vice president, Mohammed Mokhbir, will temporarily take over as interim president until elections are held. The bodies were also severely burned, and the crash site was located on a steep, wooded hillside, right? The Iranian government and Red Crescent confirmed the deaths, and an emergency meeting was announced to address the situation. And that's where we'll end. Hope you enjoyed this news. So that is my detailed look at the major global events we covered this week. Remember what I discussed here. What I discuss here isn't about my personal views, but offering different perspectives on the unfolding events as the world navigates these troubled times. Stay tuned for next Thursday's update. In the meantime, keep the faith and stay informed. Until then, this is Jared Wesley Campbell signing off from JPCE Spiritual Talk. Have a very blessed day. Hope you all enjoyed. Please leave comments, right? Let me know how I can improve and get better. If you want to see more videos, how can we do that without eating too much of our time? Please let me know. I want to improve all of this to make it better. I love you all so much, but I am out. Let's check our time now. All right. All right. Thank you all again. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a blessed day. I'm out.